Good morning, friends. My name is Jen. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Today we are going to do an arm balancing flow or a series building up to a strong arm balancing posture called Buja Pidasana. Or arm pressing pose. So really strong in the shoulders, the upper body, the hips, the core. Lots going on. I would say it's kind of an intermediate posture, intermediate to advanced, so you don't have to go this far today. You don't have to go to the full variation of the posture. Okay, so there are modifications. We're also going to move into Tortoise. So it's also a strong posture. So maybe Tortoise will be your peak pose today. Maybe you can work up to your arm pressing pose, but either way, it's going to be a great upper body, shoulder, core, and hip strengthening mobility flow. Okay, so starting in our seat, we're going to sit up nice and tall, closing down the eyes for just a moment. Hands can be on the knees, anchoring through our sitting bones. Sitting bones are grounding, lengthening up through the spine. Bring the awareness to the inner body using the breath. So we inhale through our nose, filling the diaphragm, expanding in the low belly, and then the chest. Drawing the breath all the way up to the shoulders. Exhale, emptying the chest, and then the belly. Inhale, fill the diaphragm, expand in the belly. Rib cage is lengthening, the chest is rising, filling the heart and the lungs. On our inhale, exhale, emptying the chest, heart, and then belly. Lengthening the spine. Belly in. Inhale. Fill, one more. Expand, lengthen, nice and tall. Find the expansion in the chest. Exhale, emptying it all back out. Emptying chest, heart, belly. Belly in. One more. You can settle in on an intention here, whatever that may be for you today. Inhale, expanding on your inhale, lengthening. On the exhale, belly draws in. One more. Fill, expand, lengthen. Exhale. Emptying it all back out. Beautiful. Sealing in our intention. Hands are going to go to heart center, going to prayer, position in front of the heart. Sealing this intention into our heart and our mind. May we think kind thoughts. All right, so beginning in cat-cow, we're going to plant our hands shoulder width apart, facing the side edge of our mat, the front edge of our mat. So index finger points forward, shoulders over the wrist, hips over the knees. Cat-cow, dropping the belly, gazing up, tucking the tailbone, lifting the chest, offering the heart. Inhale, exhale, round it out like a cat, move the spine around. Shifting forward and back or rocking side to side. Just moving and breathing into your spine today, here and now. Dropping the belly, checking in with everything. The shoulders, the wrists, the hips, the knees, the spine, the upper back. Exhale. We round. Making some circle shapes. We're going to bring the chest forward. So shoulders in front of the wrist and draw a big, huge circle shape. So send the hips over to the right, then back towards the heels, over to the left, chest coming forward, shoulders forward. Drawing it one more time. And then moving in the opposite direction. So you should really feel this in the wrist. Planting the palms fully, grounding down through the heel of the hand, the knuckles, and the pads of the fingers. It's very important to build this core and wrist strength. Moving into our arm pressing pose. Very strong in the shoulders and the shoulder girdle. So another round, cat-cow, round the spine, move the shoulders, send the hips back. Belly in, drop the belly, gaze up. Lengthen through the center line. Last one, exhale. Round it out like a cat, move the spine around. Chin to chest. Keeping the fingers spread nice and wide, planting the pads of the fingers, the heels of our hands and our knuckles, we're going to send the left foot up to the sky. So making a footprint with the foot, awareness in that foot and leg, strong lifted leg and foot. Inhale, exhale, we're going to bring our knee to our elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Belly in. One more, press the foot up to the sky. We're on the top side of the right foot, anchor that down, pressing into it, pressing into the sole of the left foot. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. One more. So waking up that hip flexor, press, lift, open, knee to elbow, or maybe up towards the tricep, because we are going to make this knee-elbow connection later. Knee-shoulder connection, press, and lift. Opening it up. Other side, make a footprint towards the sky on the right side, lifting that right knee. So really spread your toes, make a strong footprint, flex foot, strong lifted leg. Inhale, exhale, right knee, right elbow, elbow to knee, press, lift. Inhale, exhale, knee to elbow or up towards the tricep, press, lift, make the footprint up towards the sky, right knee, right elbow, and lift it there for a moment, up towards the tricep and lower it down. Sway the hips from side to side. Happy cow. Maybe you round the spine here one more time. And we're going to stretch the wrist a little bit more in the forearms. So we're going to bring the forearms to face the front edge of the mat. Gently rocking forward and back. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Nice and easy, getting into all that connective tissue in there. In the forearms, in the wrists, and then make a fist and shake it out. Other side, make a fist, shake it out, or just gently roll it out, tensing and releasing, tensing and releasing. Finding our first downward facing dog. So pressing into the palms, index finger points forward, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Chest going back towards the thighs. We want the tailbone going back towards the heels, gazing back at the navel or back at the feet. Shake the head yes and no from side to side. Loosening and lengthening up the spine. We can gently bend one knee and straighten the opposite leg. We can take a twist. As we bend the right knee and straighten the left leg, we can gaze under the left armpit, looking up towards the sky. Fingers spread wide. Opposite side, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, gaze under the right armpit. Send the right hip bone back. One more time on each side. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, send that left hip bone back. Inhale, exhale, opposite side. Feet stay planted. The right foot stays planted. Awesome. So from our downward facing dog, we're going to come through to dolphin. So we're going to simply drop down to our forearms. Still sending the tailbone back towards the heels and the chest back towards the thighs. So we peek forward a couple of breaths in our dolphin pose. The forearms and elbows are shoulder width apart. Index finger is still pointed forward. Send the chest back towards the thighs. Really strong in the shoulders. You're pressing the mat away from you with the forearms. Inhale, exhale, the spine is lengthening. We want to really try to send the heels back. It's okay if they're lifted. We are consciously trying to send them back. And then from our dolphin pose, we're going to bring the chin forward. So shoulders coming forward, drop the chin down, touch the chin, send the chest back towards the thighs. A couple of these, shoulders really coming forward, chest back towards the thighs. It's okay if the chin doesn't come all the way down, or you could bring a block here and just try to tap your chin to a block. Really building the shoulder strength. Last one, chin coming forward, maybe lowering all the way down. Chest hovers, chest goes back. We're going to take one child's pose, but open up the knees wide. Send the hips back to the heels. The big toes touch. Forehead drops down to the mat. Just take a rest. Expanding in the heart and lungs. Relaxing and resting the shoulders, the the forearms, the wrists, the elbows, the knees. Let everything relax and soften. Going back to our tabletop, hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, send those hips up and back. As we look forward, we're going to jump or float our feet up in between our hands at the top of the mat. We can practice this by bending the knees and hovering them down towards the mat, drawing the inner thighs and legs in towards each other, chest coming forward. Shoulders come forward. Move the shoulders forward in front of the wrists. All right, and then just kind of draw your knees in towards each other. So we're just practicing by sending the shoulders forward on the balls of the feet, little easy movements. Pretend you're squeezing a block. So strengthening our core, strengthening the legs, strengthening the wrists, shoulders coming forward. So as we jump through in between our hands at the top of the mat, we bend the knees, palms are fully planted, and we float. So we bring the shoulders forward and we float, jump or float the feet up in between our hands at the top of the mat, forward folding. Chest to thighs, forehead to the knees. You can take a bind, reaching for opposite elbows, swing from side to side, maybe sending the knuckles up to the sky, drawing the shoulder blades to touch. Shoulder blades draw together, sending the knuckles up to the sky, opening up the chest and the shoulders, crown of the head going down towards the mat. Releasing the arms. Inhale, find a flat back for length in a number 7 shape. Gaze going forward or at the space in between the eyebrows. Really grounding down through the feet. As we fold forward, we're going to heel toe our feet apart about 6 inches width or hip width apart. Okay, so you can kind of measure by bringing your 2 fists together and planting them down inside of the feet. That's about approximately hip width apart. We're going to take big toe to wrist posture. So we're going to plant the top side of our hand onto the mat. The palm is going to meet the sole of the foot. And we want our big toe to touch the wrist. Okay, so top side of the hand planted into the mat, big toe to wrist posture. So shift a little bit of weight forward into the balls of the feet, really pressing into the palm, bending the elbows, folding yourself in half, chest to thighs. Bend the elbows. It's a really nice wrist stretch. And of course, a hamstring stretch, really getting into the back sides of the legs. But we also want to get comfortable bringing our feet on top of our hands, because this is how we're going to get into our arm balancing pose. Shift a little bit of that weight forward into the balls of the feet. Bend the elbows. Feel the calf stretching. The whole back side of the leg is lengthening out, as well as the forearms and the wrists as we kind of bend the elbows and pull slightly. Inhale, peek forward, find a flat back for length, number 7 shape if you can. Tend to straighten your back as you gaze forward, keeping the bind. Exhale. So we straighten the elbows as we gaze forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold yourself in half. Softening the face, releasing the jaw. And release. Grounding down through the feet, keep them hip width apart. Anchoring them down to the mat. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Reverse swan diving the arms, reach the arms up and overhead. Little mini back bend if you would like one. Lengthening up through the sides of the body. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands coming to heart center. Starting on the right side, we're going to keep this right foot forward. Stepping a big wide step with the left foot to the back of the mat. We're going to find warrior 1. Okay, so elbows are going to go up with the ears. Our hips are squared. This is a hip opening posture. So we want to bring the left hip bone forward and the right hip bone back. The back foot is at about a 60-degree-ish angle. Right knee over right ankle. Grounding down through the feet, elbows up with the ears, palms face or touch. Sternum lifting up, sink low, reach high. Find a balance. A lot of bugs out here today. Every day there's a lot of insects. All right, so we're going to move into a bind from our warrior 1. So we're going to drop the right shoulder down inside of this right knee. Okay, so we're just going to, you can bring your hands in prayer. We're going to lower the right shoulder down inside of the right knee. Okay, so make this knee-shoulder connection. The right hand is going to wrap around that right outer thigh. Okay, and the left arm is going to reach back for a bind. So the right hand can grab the left wrist as we open up the chest and lower the chest down towards the earth. Breathing into the upper back, chest and shoulders. Inhale, exhale, sink low in your lunge. Right knee over right ankle, really heavy in the hips. Inhale, fill, expand. So you can interlace your fingers. The right hand, any kind of bind, you can bind your fingertips, your hand, or the right hand reaches all the way down for the wrist, ideally. One more breath. Peek forward. Inhale, exhale. Sink the chest down just a little bit lower. And release. Other side. We're going to walk our hands over to the other side. Left knee bends. So lunging, warrior one. Left knee over left ankle, right hip bone draws forward. Elbows up with the ears, palms face or touch, sternum lifting up. Shoulder blades roll down the back. Belly in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hands come back into the center line. Hands in prayer, lowering the left shoulder inside of that left knee. So the heart is coming down towards the earth, left shoulder inside of the knee. The left hand here is going to wrap around the left inner thigh, reaching all the way up for a bind. The right hand reaches around for the left fingertips. So grab the fingertips, or the right hand grabs the left wrist, lowering the chest down towards the earth. Inhale, peek forward, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Chest lowering down, heavy in the hips. It's like we're kind of hinging and folding forward. Inhale, exhale. Strong outer hip stretch. Inhale, last breath. Exhale, belly in. Release the bind and just walk it over to the other side. Finding triangle legs or pyramid pose. The hips are square, just like they were in our warrior one, but the front leg is straight. Making the triangle legs. We're going to take a bind by the base of the spine. So you can reach for your opposite elbows. This would be the modification, reaching for the opposite elbows, or we take reverse prayer, reverse namaste. So we bring our palms together and then we flip the fingertips up, placing them on the back side of the heart. All right, so hands are in prayer, fingertips point up, any kind of bind. So opposite elbows are fine. Sternum lifts up, opening up the chest. Exhale, we forward fold over that front right straight leg. Drawing the right hip bone back, hips stay squared. Pretend that you're kind of balancing on railroad tracks here. Inhale, peek forward, lengthen, extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Chest towards the thigh, forehead to the knee, or chin reaches down towards the shin. As we fold ourselves in half, draw that right hip bone back. Another breath. Flat back for length. Inhale. Exhale, belly in and fold. Forward fold. Keeping the bind, we're just going to simply rotate to the other side. Left side, big toe points forward, hips stay squared. Inhale, little mini back bend. Find the balance, the stability in the legs and the feet, really anchoring them down. Hinging forward to forward fold. So really reach the chest forward. Fold yourself down in half. Bring the left hip bone back and the right hip bone forward, squaring them off. Belly in. Flat back for length. Inhale, peek forward. Exhale, hinge and fold from the hips. Chest to thigh. Soften the face, release the jaw. One more breath. Inhale, peek forward, lengthen, extend the spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. Western intense stretch. Intense backside of the leg stretch. That's what it translates to. Slowly rising up. Release the arms. Ooh. Maybe shrug the shoulders, shake them out a little bit. Let something go. We're going to take a 5-pointed star. So big toes are going to point forward towards the side edge of the mat, bringing our arms to a T. Open up the chest, open up the shoulders, release the arms. Inhale. Exhale, take a wide-legged forward fold. So hands can bind the ankles as we send the hips and pelvis back and the crown of the head down towards the mat. Outer edges of the feet are parallel to the edges of the mat. So big toes forward, send the crown of the head down and the hips and pelvis back. Heaviest part of the body are the hips and pelvic region. So simultaneously as the crown comes forward, the head comes down, the head is also heavy. We don't want to tip forward, so we send the hips and pelvis back. This is going to help us in our arm pressing pose. Last breath. Inhale, peek forward, lengthen, extend the spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. Really send those hips back. So the crown of your head could also come to a block or stacked blocks. Doesn't matter how low you go. Bend the elbows and just take that wide-legged forward fold. We're going to rotate around to the right side, taking a vinyasa or chaturanga. Our hands plant, framing the front right foot, stepping it back to a high plank. Couple of breaths here in our high plank. And we're going to shift the shoulders forward and send the heels back. Shoulders forward, flat back for length. Puff up the space in between the shoulder blades, heels back. Inhale, exhale. So you could drop down to the knees if this is too much for you. High plank is going to go to low plank, lower down, chin, chest, and heart. Or you could be on the knees here, lowering chin, chest, and heart. Sweep it up for your cobra pose or full up dog. So legs engage for a full up dog and lift, or they rest in a cobra pose, extending the spine out of the pelvis, lengthening to the front side. Exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Couple of resting breaths in down dog. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go to Malasana or Yogi squat. So we're going to step our right foot to the outside of our right hand, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sinking our hips in between the heels, elbows inside of the knees. Find a flat back for length. Sitting bones sink low. The crown of the head is lengthening up high, nice and tall. Gently pressing the elbows inside of the knees to open the knees up just a little bit wider. I'm going to face you so you can see me a little bit better. So we're going to take a bind here. Keeping this knee and shoulder connection, we're going to bring our right shoulder inside of our right knee. We're going to wrap this right hand around the right knee. Okay, so it goes back towards, it's reaching towards the base of the spine. It's not going to reach all the way. Left arm is going to reach up to the sky, and then it's going to reach back for the right fingertip. So it drapes by the base of the spine, and then we find a bind here with our fingertips. Or you can reach for the wrist. Opening up the shoulders. So draw the shoulder blades together here. Sternum spinning up towards the sky. Gaze goes up or down, checking in with the neck, but keep the heart lifting. Spinning upwards. Nice twist, chest opening, heart lifting, and the sitting bones sinking low. Inhale and exhale. Prepping ourselves for our strong arm balancing peak pose. So other side, left shoulder inside of that left knee. That left hand wraps around the left knee or thigh. Reaching that right arm up to the sky. Big full inhale, lengthen through the right side of the body. That right hand reaches back for a bind. So I'll show you what it looks like. Reaching up, right hand reaches back for the fingertips. So any kind of bind, however you can bind the fingertips, or you could bring a strap there and fold your strap in half and hang onto your strap. Okay? You could also sit your sitting bones on a block or a couple of blocks if this is really hard for you in your yogi squat. So sternum spinning up, chest up, gaze goes up or down, checking in with the neck. Really feeling the anchoring down through the feet. So really feel your feet here. allowing them to fully plant on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so I'm going to face you. From our yogi squat, we're just going to sit back in between the heels, and we're going to take a cradle the baby. So continuing to open up the hips. So you can just kind of find a seat for a moment, cross-legged position, posture, whatever, sitting up nice and tall, grounding down through the sitting bones. And we're going to draw the shin up towards the chest. Okay, so this is called, we can cradle the baby, like we're cradling our shin. The foot is inside the elbow crease. The knee is inside the elbow crease. On the left side, the foot is in the elbow crease on the right side. And just gently cradle the baby, rocking the hip from side to side. Rock that shin from side to side. Or we can just hug the shin up towards the chest and stay here and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And exhale, asking the body permission to open up and release. Letting something go, allowing tension to drift away. Other side. Find your cross-legged pose. Cradling the shin. Knee and elbow, foot in the elbow. And just gently rock from side to side if you want to. Or hug the shin up towards the chest. Sternum tall. Keep a tall spine, a flat back. Hugging the shin up towards the chest. Inhale and exhale. Belly draws in. Inhale and exhale. Okay, moving on to our tortoise pose. So for tortoise, we are going to bring the knee on top of the shoulder. Okay, so this is very similar to elephant trunk pose. There is a flow for elephant trunk, so similar postures building up to it, a little bit different, but you could go to that as well to build up to this. So we're going to bring our knee on top of our shoulder first. Really hug the knee on top of the shoulder and stay here for a moment. So for elephant trunk, the knee stays on the shoulder, the hands plant by our sides, by the hip, and we lift the hips up, straightening that right leg. Ooh, okay, so that's kind of a preparatory pose for this arm pressing posture that we're going into. But first, we want to just make this connection with the knee and the shoulder. Knee on top of the shoulder, chest coming forward. Okay, so just feel what that feels like. Other side. Right knee on top of right shoulder. Really get that shin up there. The knee over the shoulder. And squeeze it in. Feel it. So we don't have to straighten that front leg and lift it. You don't have to go to elephant trunk. Just you're gonna feel the upper back stretch. Hugging and just get the feeling. You can bring the foot down and lift it up. Get the feeling of somewhat comfortable with the knee on the shoulder, on top of the shoulder. Okay, so we're gonna go to tortoise pose here first. So for tortoise, we'll just straighten the legs out in front of us. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So it might be easier to cross the feet or bring the feet to touch, okay? Or the legs can be straight out in front of you, either way. You could also stack one ankle on top of the other, okay? But we're gonna come down, bringing the shoulder underneath the knee, underneath the thigh on the other side. The right shoulder goes underneath the thigh. So shoulders are underneath of the legs and we fold ourselves forward. The fingertips are reaching back. Inhale, peek forward, lengthen. Extend the spine. Exhale. Try to bring the forehead down towards the mat or to a block. For our tortoise, recline tortoise pose. Chest coming down, 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 down. If the chest can touch the mat is awesome. Okay, otherwise we are just working into this. preparatory poses. Inhale, peek forward, lengthen, exhale, hinge and fold. So the legs can be straight or the knees can be bent. Reaching the forehead down to the earth, down to the mat or a block, or stacked blocks, supporting the forehead. Inhale, fill, expand. Lengthen, extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Chest going down towards the mat, towards the earth. So this is a great posture for beginning in meditation. This helps us to let go of the outward stimuli and bring our focus inwards. It's called Pratyahara, part of the 8-limb path in yoga. So bring the attention inward and allowing that to be our intention. So letting go of all of the senses, withdrawal of the senses, of all of the stimuli. Inhale, exhale, heart lowers down. And then we're just going to walk our feet back to get out of this pose. So we're just going to heel toe the feet, heel toe the feet, heel toe the feet to eventually release the arms and take a wide-legged forward fold. So open up the legs and feet wide. Inhale, reach the arms up. Sternum lifting, exhale, hinging and forward folding, dropping the forearms down to the mat. Maybe the forehead lowers all the way down here as well. You can make a pillow with your hands or bring the forehead to a block. Inhale and exhale. Relax the shoulders. Find some space in between your shoulder blades. Find your wingspan. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Relax the forearm, relax the wrist. Slowly walk the hands up, rising up, tall spine. And we're going to move into our shoulder pressing pose. Arm pressing pose. So we're going to come up to our yogi squat. And we're just going to basically combine a lot of what we just did. Okay? So yogi squat, elbows inside of the knees. Bringing the knee on top of the left shoulder. We're going to step on our palm. So just like we're moving into our tortoise or the elephant trunk pose, knee on top of the shoulder, but then now we're going to bring our foot on top of our hand. Foot on top of the hand, okay? Same thing on the other side. Really hug the knee in on top of the shoulder and step on the top side of your hand. Unlike big toe to wrist, it's heel to wrist this time. The hands are planted, so we're stepping on the top side of our foot. And remember, the heaviest part of our body is the hips and pelvis, so that wants to go back, but we want to send the chest forward. Send the chest and heart forward. All right, and then we're going to heel toe our feet together to cross the feet. So just heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, cross the feet, bring the chest forward. So plant the hands fully, they're shoulder width apart, spread the fingers nice and wide, cross the feet. Okay, cross the feet, cross the ankles, press up into your palms, use your strong core. Chest forward, and breathe. And then ideally we point the toes. If you're shaking, you're building strength. Use all of your core strength, all your shoulder strength. Press the mat away. Belly in. Shoulders come forward and then lower the toes down. Chest comes forward is how we get out of it. And we're going to heel toe our feet back. Okay, so we want to tip. The body wants to tip back because it's the heaviest part of the body to get out of it. We want to counterbalance, counter the weight forward, shift forward, walk the feet out, walk the left foot out, and we're going to go back to our yogi squat to release. Great job! Yay! Buja Pidasana. Buja Pidasana. You did it. Arm pressing pose. So enjoy your yogi squat. And we're going to straighten the legs, taking rest, finding our way down on our mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Gently rocking from side to side, releasing in that low back. You could take a happy baby here, making a footprint towards the sky, opening up the knees and feet wide. You should be feeling pretty good in the hip glutes, in the upper body, that low back. Okay, bring the soles of your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. Left hand to the heart, right hand to the stomach. And take rest here. Shavasana. Very important to let everything settle back into place. We've stimulated lots of parts of the body, so it's very important to take 3 to 5 minutes of rest at least, minimum. So you can take rest here, or the right foot can go to the right corner of the mat, left foot to the left corner, and arms are out by our sides with our palms facing up to the sky. If you have any low back tension, you can plant the feet wider than hip width apart, big toes point forward, and then drop the knees together. Lift your sitting bones up and then slowly lower them down. Lower the base of the spine down, one vertebrae at a time, and this helps us to realign the spine. So you can take rest here as well. Thank you for practicing with me here today. The light in me humbly honors and bows to the light in each one of you. Namaste.